Hello all, welcome to Shaving with Peg Leg and happy Halloween. I'm sure most of you are over it by now, considering the day it fell on this year, which is a Tuesday. I suppose you all had your parties on Saturday night, so it's a late shave for me, late Halloween shave, but we're going to do it anyways tonight. So, I don't have any other Halloween soaps, but based on the scent of this one, I don't think there's another Halloween soap that really encompasses Halloween like this one does. Barrister Mann Hallows. Now this one's like a year and a half old or so. This is not their new omnibus. This soap has lanolin and shea butter and a bunch of other ingredients. If you want to pause that, widen your screen and try and read it, go for it. There's a lot of ingredients in there. I did not see tallow, but my eyes are bad. So the scent profile on Hallows, which I just had, but my phone decided to mess it up. Okay. It takes inspiration from the swamps and churchyards of the city of Boston. They combine vetiver, oak moss, black pepper, coca, labdanum, words are tough, people, cedar to produce a deep, cold scent suited to the chilly, bitter days of late October. Gloomy, rich, and perversely elegant, Hallows is a reminder of why men once feared the dark. Hell, I thought that was my ex. Oh, shit, she made everybody fear the light too. Tonight, we'll be shaving with the firm blade razor. Almost like Death Sickle. Almost. Closest, most intimidating razor I have. This took proprietary blades back in the day. I think it was 35 or 45 that these were made. I think 35, 36 in Portland, Oregon. But you have to trim a half a DE. And I think I got it as close as it's going to get. Especially with that curve in there. It's really a pain. Last time I used it, I caught the corner of the blade down here and gouged myself. Let's hope we don't do that. And since it's Halloween, we are going to shave from the skull of our enemies. And we're going to use also our little 20mm synthetic skull-headed brush. Since it is Halloween, I'm going to have to trim it. See how far down the handle is in that? I'm going to have to... See, this is like plastic. It's melted and folded over. I think I'm going to have to take my small saw and just trim it, the top of this, right up to about there, so that I can actually get in here and make some lather. I think I said that last time too, and I looked at it and I was like, hell with it. I'll just use it as is. But since you don't use the front part because the bulges for the eyeballs, I might just trim it from the halfway point back. I don't know. We'll see. It does make for cleaning out the bowl very interesting, let me tell you that. So guys, did you at least have a cool Halloween? Because we sure as hell didn't. We hit 90 yesterday, and we hit 86 today. And tomorrow it's supposed to be 78 or 79. So we're finally starting to see some cooling. How long it'll last, it's Florida, you never know. You don't know. You could wake up in the morning, have a nice day at 83, 84 degrees, and by the time 10, 11 o'clock at night hits, it's down in the 40s. That's Florida. If you don't like the weather, stick around. Wait a minute. It's bound to change. I love the scent of this. To me, it does smell like an old graveyard. Because to me, it's oak moss heavy, forward. But that's me, that's my nose. If it needs any more water, we'll do it while it's on the face. How about that? Because it looks pretty good to me. This thing is driving me nuts tonight. I had it right where I wanted it. By the time when I press the button on the camera, it wiggles it and moves it. Okay. Point the camera. Point the fan down a little bit. And let's do some lathering. Well, if you guys did go to Halloween parties over the weekend, I hope you had fun. I think I told you guys, Mom's in rehab because she was in the hospital for about 10 days. And they told her, look, you need to leave. Nothing more we can do for you here. And you can't go home because you can't do the steps at home, so you're going to rehab. And she's like, no, she hates rehab. Absolutely hates it. But they talked her into it. She went to rehab. She's where she's at now. And I went to see her today, and some of the nurses were dressed up in costumes. One of them was wearing a zip-up bear costume. And that woman was sweating. Her hair was sweat. It wasn't water, sweat dripping through her hair. Her hairs were actually sweating. That's how sweaty she was. That's how hot that costume was in that building. Because they don't run it cold in there because, as you might know, old people have no blood. And anything below 90 degrees is freezing to them. I don't ever want to get like that. Ever, ever, ever. I like my cold too much. And that's why I live in Florida. Okay. Firm blade. Oh, the blade in the firm blade is, if you didn't see the thumbnail properly, a Supermax Diamond Edge Titanium, which I just trimmed before the shave to fit this. Said to the nurse, that nurse that had the bear costume on, I said, bet you regret wearing that today, or bet you regret wearing that costume today now, don't you? And she said, now? She said, I regretted it 5 minutes after I put it on. And then I saw the woman who runs the physical therapy department, and she remembers me from when I was there. leg. And I've been in there a couple times since because of Mom. This isn't her first rodeo in rehab. That's why she hates it so much. But she was dressed up. Like one of the park rangers from Jurassic Park. I told her, I said, that's a nice costume. She's like, thanks. I waited for her to say something and she didn't. I said, yeah. I said, nobody's complimented me on my costume yet. She was looking at me, she said, what costume? I said, when is a no-legged man? She's like, you're nuts. You're absolutely crazy. It's like, yeah, well, you knew that when I was here. Alright, I might have to make an adjustment on this razor. I don't think I have the blade out far enough. We shall see though. Yeah, I don't think I do. Let me look. It should be out far enough. Or did it get gummed up? It might have just been gummed up. So we shall see. Yeah, I think it was just gummed up. I got too much, I didn't shake it well enough. Had too much lather still in it. It needs a vigorous shake. It's an interesting razor though. Great scent. Great scent. Will at Barrister Mann does some fantastic scents. He really does. I wonder if I had it too pasty also. Still too thick, maybe. Those soaps are very good about eating water. See? I put a lot of water and it didn't even break it down. Let's try again. Look at that. Can't even break it down. Little knobby is solid, does not spin. Just thought I'd let you know. See, that's another thing about if you have to make your own blade for a razor like this, and the way you have to trim it, you can set your own depth on how far you want the blade to stick out into the guard for how aggressive you want it. And this thing here, it's just, the blade fits on there. Actually what you do though is you put it in the cap. There's a little notch at the top of the cap. You wedge it there and you wedge it at the bottom, then you close it, and it'll always, well, I should say always, and because it didn't this time, it'll generally stick to the bottom because there's a notch here. Where is it? It's on this side, but it just folds over, clicks into place. Very interesting razor. Base is clean. Neck needs a little work, as usual. Ooh. I got a little bit of tingle on just putting water on my face, for my neck, or on my neck I should say. I got a little tingle. So I'm wondering if it's, well, I know it's giving me a good close shave. It's just getting the blade trimmed to the right length so it doesn't wave when it folds over. So it just folds over nice curvature is the tricky part. It is a little tricky. You'll mess up. Use a cheap blade that you don't like for the first one you try, or the first couple you try if you get one of these razors. Don't go grabbing the blade you're going to shave with and try getting it the first time, because you won't.
Can't tell you how many blades I've messed up trying to trim for this thing.
And I took the old blade that was in it out because I couldn't remember how many shaves I had. I think it was only a couple shaves, but I took it out anyways, put a new blade in. It was almost perfect. It needed to be just a bit short because it had a little bit of a wave in the blade. It kind of arched, but it kind of had like a little bow in it because it was just a hair too long. And I used that to measure up the new blade I was trimming. And instead of trimming down to that and then trying to take a hair off, I trimmed close to that length and then went just a wee bit farther, because it's easier when you're using scissors to trim the blade to grab a little bit bigger chunk of metal to trim off than it is just to cut a sliver. And that's all she wrote, guys. That there is BBS. I like that. I can live with this shave. I do like this scent. I'll grab this one, it was closer. I'd already put the other one in the bag. Do something I haven't done in a while. Give myself, and since it's got shea butter, I'm just going to let it sit for a second. Because I like the way shea butter feels. Oh yeah. Oh, good scent. Good scent. I haven't done a face wash with a soap in a while. I should get back to doing that. No sense of wasting the soap. Give yourself a nice face wash. You should be washing your face, which I never show, but you should be washing your face before you shave anyways. Unless, of course, you just got out of the shower. But you should be getting any excess oils and dirt off your skin before you shave. And then go ahead and give yourself a shave. Because I could let that sit in there, the whole shave. Facial hair does have the scent of that soap in it now. Okay, on the cheeks with the alum stick. This is the HomeLike. I don't know if you can see it. HomeLike shaving alum stick. Okay. You know what? It's about a half a point on this side, about a point and a quarter on that side. It's a little more. The whole neck, about a 2 on the whole neck. So that thing, the blade was set good because it gave me a good shave, but the alum's kicking me up to a 2 on the neck. So you can't go wrong with that. You just saw that I had a little awkward where the handle comes off, like when you're shaving this way, it hits the nose. You're just trying to trim a mustache area, but if you don't have a mustache, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, take that alum off. Good scent. Oh. Loving it. Okay, Dickinson's Witch Hazel. You know, as I got to be an adult, Halloween didn't have the same meaning for me as it did when I was a kid, of course. And I was never into Halloween parties as an adult. Well, for 26 years I had to wear a uniform to work. and I usually end up working all holidays. So regardless, even if I had a chance to go to a Halloween party, I had to wear the way I looked at it, I had to wear a costume to work anyways. I wasn't putting one on for a day off. I'm just going to use my Chiseled Face unscented. There's the whole aftershave. That might not be the hole. Hang on. That is the hole. That's got alcohol in it, let me tell you that. And now I'm going to use the aftershave balm of Hallows. I don't know if there's an aftershave for this. It's been sitting like this on my shelf for a long time, can you not tell? And we'll use that much. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a good balm too. Let me look. Aftershave balm, Barrister Mann, blah 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 blah, made in the USA. Oh my gosh! Here's the ingredient list for the balm. You can go ahead and pause that and expand your screen to read it. I cannot see all that fine print with my bad eyes. If I had a microscope, I couldn't see it. Firm blade. Interesting razor. Definitely a conversation starter when you put this in your collection and people see it. I've had a couple people use my restroom, like to come by to see mom. A couple of male nurses and people that worked with her. And they've seen, you got razors, guy stuff, they look. And I've had, every one of them asked me about that razor. Every one of them. I'm telling you, it is a conversation starter. The last guy that was here was not that long ago, was after I got my toggle, and he's like, "You got a toggle?" He knew what it was, which was surprising to me, but he's like, "You got a toggle?" It's like, "Yes, I do." He's like, "Wow." And I came in with him and I showed him my double ring. He's like, "You gotta be kidding me. You have a Gillette double ring?" It's like, yep. So, sense of pride on some of this stuff. Guys, it's our hobby, it's our collections. And we appreciate when people recognize stuff that we have that they don't. Makes us feel good. Alright guys, I hope you had a good Halloween. Thank you for joining me for a Hallows shave. It's a great scent. If you don't have it and you need a Halloween scent for next year, pick it up this year and save it, or you can pick it up next year when it comes on sale for Halloween. It is a good dark scent. It's a good one to do before you go out on Halloween. Alright guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. I have an affiliate account for the razor company. If you're going to buy from the razor company, please consider using that the affiliate account. Yes, I get a kickback, but that money goes into an account. When that account reaches $25, which we're getting close, when it hits $25, I do get a gift card to the razor company for $25 and give it back to you guys, because you use the link, you get the monies. It's how I've always played it, always will. Alright guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Don't forget to check out the poor channels I'll put in the description box. These guys are all under 1,000 subs. I'm sure they'd appreciate you giving them a like and a sub on their videos. And with that, I will say, don't eat too much candy tonight. It's bad for your teeth and your tummy. Enough about the fat guy in the camera. You're in a chair next. Happy shaves out there, guys.